Hey all, Hal here with, well, more space engineers. So today we are going to be working on the little ship here. Well, we call it the little ship. It's not so much the little ship. The votes are in. Well, at least at the time of this recording, the votes were for the hangar bay to be doubled and midship. I'll tell you right now, we're only going to do a single bay, but it will be midship, and we'll talk about why in a moment. First, we have to get started, so let's go. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week and a terrific day thus far. Now, what we're doing. Okay, so like I said, the votes came in, and I think there was only a couple of votes, but it was basically everyone was like 2 hangars, midship. Awesome. Okay. So I decided I actually am only going to do 1 hangar. Now this hangar will be midship. And the ship is going to be a little bit, I don't know if it's going to be wider than I thought, but it's definitely going to be bigger than originally spec'd. So what I think we want to do here is I want to do an asymmetric build. For those who are new to the channel, you probably don't know this, but normally I tend to build very symmetrical ships. And then what I will do is I will offset the cockpit slightly, so it may be mostly in the middle between port and starboard, but it'll be favoring one side or the other. And sometimes I will have it, specifically offset, kind of like, say, like the Millennium Falcon kind of idea, where it's completely off to one side, but the ship itself ends up being mostly symmetrical. So for this build, I'm thinking I'm going to do something a little bit different. Since, we're talking about branching out and playing around with new designs and such, I want to take something that I know I've probably seen somewhere before, but I want to have an outrigger engine system. So normally if I was to do this, I would have a pylon on one side and then a pylon on the other, but I'm going to do a pylon only on one side, and it's going to be a massive pylon. Don't get me wrong, we're expecting this thing to be actually kind of nuts as to how big it's going to be, because it's going to be a hydrogen system, and then that system will have to pipe back into the rest of the ship as well, which means, hey look, silicon. Which means we're going to have to pipe in this assembly as well. And I will probably... Okay, so let me back up a bit. A couple of the conversations I've been having on Twitter, as well as here on YouTube and over on Discord, people were saying, oh, the ship design, you have to do these things. Yeah, I know that a lot of times using small cargo is better than using a bunch of conveyors and a large cargo block, because it allows you to still get the same functionality, but you end up with cargo blocks, all over the place. So you end up with a roughly superior capacity for cargo, depending on how big the ship is, without the giant mass that is your large cargo container. Now, the thing is, the reason why for this particular design I went with the large cargo over small cargo in place of conveyors was mainly because I wanted something that had clear definition and delineation on the areas of the ship. It's not about being ultimately, the ideal build and ultimate efficiency and everything. It really is just about having some fun with it and doing something a little bit different, and it was just a chance to play around with the design a little bit. So that thing may end up getting redesigned. We're going to use it for a little while because I'm being lazy and I don't want to rebuild it right now. But it is definitely something that we could come back to at some point. Alright, so let's get on to the topic that is today and building this outrigger, because I want to build the outrigger So that can give us an idea of what the scale of the rest of the ship will look like. As you can see, I was playing around a little bit, took out the blocks. I actually had sealed this up just to see how it would look completely closed in and airtight, and worked really well, actually. So what we're going to do is, because of the fact that we need to pipe the hangar bay in, I'm thinking we'll end up running piping, because I really don't want to go any higher than this. In fact, I would kind of prefer for it not to be this tall at all. But I think that it may not be that much of an issue. So let me get the outrigger here. So what I'm thinking, let me see what you guys think about this. Let's go here. There we go. So I'm thinking something like this, and we'll have hydrogen tanks basically run down here. So that's going to be there. We're going to do a second set of tanks here. And what I'm thinking here is to do basically a side-by-side stack of tanks. So we'll have however many tanks we're going to do in 2 columns, and then down below them, in between them, in betwixt, as the gator may say, we're going to do a shorter row, slightly offset. All right. So I'm thinking if we do, let's see, if we use this as a break, that means we would have to do block there. So we'll need a conveyor block in here, I think. So if we do a conveyor block there, and then we do, that there. So what I'm thinking here is we're going to do, I don't know, 3 blocks back, because we're going to have a lot of hydrogen in this thing. And so what I'm kind of thinking I want to do is have these merged, well, not merged, have them connected via 2 generators. All right. Wondering if I'm going to flip that the other way. So if we went, that's what, tag 6. So if we went that way instead, we do that there, do a conveyor block here, and then we go. Now the idea is this thing is going to be ridiculously fuel intensive, because we're going to have a lot of, well, we're going to have a couple at least of large hydrogen thrusters on it. So we're going to want this to basically line up appropriately. Okay. And we are going to go one more of those. Right. Okay, so kind of liking the way that's all coming together. I may slim this down a little bit. Alright, so if we do... So what I'm thinking is that we're going to put... I don't know, actually. We may not. We may not do what I was originally thinking. What I was thinking was we would have this whole thing back. Actually, you know what? Let's flip you. There we go. Let's do it this way. You're gonna go that way, and then you will go back that way. I said this thing's gonna be producing a ridiculous amount of O2 and hydrogen, and that's kind of what we want. I'm thinking here, there isn't now. I was trying to plan a little bit ahead. So what I'm thinking here is going to happen. Do we want to run those? Or do we just want to run tanks straight, or lines straight down? I think that'll work, actually. Alright, so what we're thinking here is we're going to center mount that one. And we're only going to do 3, actually 4 tanks. Let's do 4 tanks. We'll do that. Ooh, I'm kind of liking the way that line comes out. I think I'm liking that a lot, actually. All right, let's hang back here a little bit.
Meteor storm inbound.
Yeah, there's always a meteor storm inbound. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the way that that's shaping up. I'm kind of curious if maybe I should move it over 1 block so that it's one. There's an additional block between it and the rest of the ship. Waiting to see where these asteroids or the meteors are coming from. All right. Ah, over there. You can see the explosions from all of the weapons that we have. All right, so I am kind of liking the way this is coming up. But yeah, I don't know if I want to bring this over 1 more so that there's a little bit of separation between the ship. Because ultimately we're going to end up with, no, there's going to be some kind of blockage here. Like there's going to be separation here. Oh, you know what I could do? What we could do... So, since this is going to be the arm that comes over, if we go... If we bring this out here instead... So, we would end up with... that to that. So there. Then this would allow us to hide a gyro in there, or even just an ion thruster if we wanted to really tuck that in there. This could actually work a little bit. So we end up... Let's see if we went this way with it. And then that way. Just to mix the design up there a little bit. What? Here. Come on. There we go. Actually, we wouldn't even have to do that. We could just go straight across. And then we can wrap it down. How about if we go something like this? And what I'm thinking here is that this is mostly going to be open. We just kind of want to cradle in here that ties everything back together. Right. So we'll end up with, say, something like this, maybe? No, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. Because if we do this, then we're going to need that. I mean, I guess I could just do that. Let's turn it off and see how that looks. Maybe. That might work. That might work. And then we do something that comes down to here, maybe. And what I'm thinking here is that for down here in the section below, we'll run piping to the other portion. So, you know how we have the tanks here, so we'll run pipe like a conveyor junction. In fact, so we do a conveyor junction there, but we run a straight pipe down and out. So we end up with something like that. So that those are piped in. I actually thought about running it. Oh, that would actually look really cool if we did that. Okay, scrap that for a second. I just thought of what could actually end up looking a little bit more interesting. You know, just like this. Down to there. And we're gonna repeat this on a couple of different locations. See. So what I'm trying to achieve with this is that I want it to basically be something that when you looked at it, it goes, okay, that makes sense in the way that it's working, and that everything that we attach has a reason for being attached. Do I want to go to this, or do I want to go... Because see, I'm kind of torn if I want to do... which way I want to have this thing attach. So do I want it to attach where these are trailing back? Don't want them looped. You know what? Let's go grab some parts. I need to refill my tanks anyway. Which room did I have? Okay, so we want 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Close enough for government work, right? So let's go ahead and do... Really? Damn it. Let's be careful and not weld up the tanks if we don't need to. So which way? I mean, I could just do them kind of... Oh, you know what we could do? We could take the L that we have here, put that here, and then take the S-bend that we've done and put that back here, and then that'll give us a the opposite effect of this one, and then do the same on this side. That could work. That could actually work really well. So what we'll do is we're doing... You are coming out that way. You're straight out that way, and you are there. And we take this one apart. And wouldn't it be nice if you could actually just twist it? Like, just grab a hold of it and be like, okay. You go that way now. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I'm liking that because it kind of looks like, almost like a, like Tetris. Like the shapes kind of fit together to form blocks, right? It'd be really actually, it's a shame that we don't have in vanilla T-section pipes. Man, that'd be awesome if we had a T-section pipe. I could run these back. Oh, you know what we could do? We could actually get that to work, but not do it on the bottom. Do it on the side. Do it like carburetor style. If we wanted to do that, we would have to cut in to here-ish. So if we did that, bring that in this way. Bring you out. And then... Damn it. And then what we do here is we say... And yes, this is obviously not anywhere or anything even close to being required. This is straight up just greebling. We're going for cool factor on this one. Hi. So you end up with that. What do you think about that? I don't know, that might be too much. That's gonna definitely change our line a little bit. Alright, let's go take this stuff out. Alright, so if we do this instead. Those back in. Just trying to get an idea of what this might look like once we're done. And then that comes through. I guess that could work. We could also bypass this tank since it's already connected through multiple places. And if we bypassed it, it would do that. Actually thinking I think I might like that one better. Yeah, like I said, it's a shame that we just don't have a T-shaped pipe because I would really like to have this be just one basically look like one pipe on the way back because we don't need the other connection points on it. But so if we are going to do that, let's take you out. Let's go like so. Like so. And we're just going to load this up really quick so I can save. Let's see, how's that going to look? That might look interesting. And then what I may do is come back and where the connectors are, these conveyor junctions, or actually we did it here. Well, because what I'm thinking is that we'll do something like this where we'll have, you know, a corner light of some kind in there. And then back here we'll do that again, probably here. How many plates do I have left? Ah, I've got plenty. Get an idea here what this might look like. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the way that this is, looks to be shaping up. Alright. So we have that. Now the question is do I want... I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I want to have this wrap all the way around, or do I want to leave it like it is? Because this is going to come forward. This entire array will move forward here. So we'll end up with... let's go... something like this. I don't know if I'm going to have that drop down or not. I might drop this down. So if we go... Alright. We could then bring that in. Have you drop in this way, maybe. Ew, harpy. Nice. All right. Now, if we do... Let's do this instead. Where we go like that. Have that come in. But this isn't going to be a pain to weld. Yeah. And what we do here is we say, like so, bring that back to tie that together. All right. So let's go ahead and take some of the stuff off our hotbar here. Now we're going to do the same on both sides, because it's basically just making a cowling. It's mighty square in the middle there. Let's try that. What do you look like welded up? Oh, that could work really nicely actually, because then we just do the Oh, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. That does leave the question about this little nose piece here though, this little section. Because what I'm thinking for these guys is that we're going to... I don't know, actually. And do I want to leave this like it is? Because if we do that... How's that going to work? Because we'd have to do something like... that, which I'm not opposed to. Because what I'm thinking here is we'll have to do something like this. For this section, and I guess we could do that. We could repeat that over on this side, Because that's actually where all of our connections are. So if we went like so, we repeat this line. Where are we? One. There we go. So we basically repeat that all the way around. That comes down. That's there. That's there, and then you go that way. And what did we do? We ran that as a square, as just a regular cube. What we could do. Let's change this line up a little bit here. Oh crap, come here. Somebody keep an eye on my my hydrogen tank for me. Let me know if I start running low. So went this way with it. We're gonna have to actually go full route like this, I think. And we're gonna go do that, then we have where'd you go? That is not the direction I needed it. Okay, so we actually want this to go. Ooh, I'm kind of liking that. All right, let's recharge our tanks. Thank you. We're gonna drop some plates off and pick some other plates up. We're gonna grab like another 500 of these. We'll just grab about 100 of those. I should probably just go ahead and grab all of the steel plates that I can carry and weld this up so we can get an idea what this is going to look like. Because we're going to repeat some of the lining, some of the line that's over here, we're going to repeat over on the other side. I want to make sure we have an accurate idea of what this is going to look like. And what we can do here is we say, you're going to be there, you're going to be there. I want to see if this thing will handle. No, I'd have to take these out. If I was doing small thrusters, that would have been really interesting, but wondering if there's something I can do back here. Yeah, so there's just nothing I can really do to round that out at this point. I mean, I guess what I could do is we could take this stuff out. We put these back in for a second. So if we do something like this. And we go like this instead. So you're attached there. So if we run what I was thinking was we could potentially do something like this where we have these run back and down. Basically, kind of like what we did over here. But if we're not going to carry, the line through, because what I'm thinking here. So how would that look if we did? To figure out something to do in there. Because if we're not gonna run this all the way over, and this would actually give us a reason why we don't run it all the way over. Because if we do that, then we can run that back. Do we just want to take it here? Could do that. See, I like the way that looks from the front, but I don't know that I like it the way that it's playing out. Man, there's like 3 block shapes that I wish that we had in Space Engineers that were part of vanilla. Ah, man. See, what I would like is Well, I mean, I guess technically we have. Well, no, because we don't have the shape that I want. That's 3, so yeah. Basically what I need, or what I would like to see, is one block that looks like basically these 2 blocks together. But I'd like that in one block. Because I think that would look really awesome, like directly back here. Because then what I could do is if I had that type of block, I could then go... Let's see if I can get this in here. Basically have it tie into that. Or even this. So if we do... No, I don't like... I don't know. No, do I like that? No, I really like the way that that one's playing out. I may have to rework the front of this a little bit. I mean, I guess I could have... No, because this thing takes up the spot no matter where I go with it. I mean, I guess I could take one of the fuel tanks out and move that thruster here, which would put the thruster back in this area. Let's see how that looks. Because that would mean we'd have the thruster there. And there. Which then lets me keep this shape. But that also makes me feel like I want to do something to bring some of this other stuff forward a little bit. So if we do that, you're going to come down one more block here. And then you do that. And then it's just one block, right? Like so. And so you end up with this instead. Take that out then. So if we went see, that's going to one. Yeah, that's gonna destroy that. But if we did this, how does this look? Because we want it to be like that. Alright, I gotta weld this up. I'm curious to see how bad this looks. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. How would we tie that together, though? I guess if we did just flip you around, we could do that. But that also means I kind of want to change this up a little bit so that it doesn't look quite so derpy. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, and that would mean we need, so the block in front would, which way would we take that? It needs to drop down. Do we just want to... I mean, we could just do... Actually, you know what we could do? If we went something like this, maybe? Let's do it this way. Because this is all going to be, I'm thinking this is mostly going to be enclosed. We might just skeletal frame it. I haven't decided yet. That actually could have, that might actually work out better than I was expecting. Huh. I am actually kind of not hating that. Because if we went this way with it, and then the reverse on the upper side, I think here-ish. Let's go, I don't know. Do we want to go reinforced skeletal? Let's see what that looks like. So if we weld this up. Am I really out of plates again? Damn. We're going through some plates. Okay. May as well as recharge while we're here. Right, so now I could actually leave this unwelded. Like I could cut it out and put it back in skeletal as skeleton. And then that leaves our connectors open. And with the way that we have those positioned, let's turn light on here so you can see. Don't need to worry about that port. Oh no, I think that I would. Let's take all this out really quick. I think I'll leave these skeletal. Are you attached anywhere? You're attached on the middle, I think. Yes. Right out in a second. Yep, apparently it is. Okay. I know, right? My first rule is always make sure it's attached. And what did I not do? Make sure it's attached. All right. I see. What are you? Ooh. Wow, you're just missiles? Oh. Alright. So, yeah, so what I'm thinking here is for these, maybe even just do something like this, where it comes out a little bit to break up the line. Because, you know, we don't want the whole line to be the same. And then that opens us up for using the half blocks here. And then what we can do here is either do half blocks like this, because then we can put a conveyor junction in here, and if we wanted to, we can either put thrusters on it, which we may do on some of these, and then have a turret here in the middle between the thrusters, so that it's not completely undefended on this side. And we'll do that a couple of times on both sides here. Alright. Ow. Into the spinning blades of death I go. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm liking the way that line is coming together. And then what we'll end up with is down here, down below, we'll have some strapping that goes from the tanks over into this superstructure. Yeah, this may end up looking pretty good, I hope. I guess we'll find out, huh? Alright, so this episode has gone ridiculously long. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below the video. That is what it is here for. We tie this together a little bit differently here, I think, if we just do something like that. Just bridge and just straight bridge that in. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do about this. We have to come back and rework a lot of that. So, yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. Let me know. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. And if you haven't done so already, want to see more, or just feel like doing something nice for me today, hit that subscribe button. Because, you know, YouTube being what it is, YouTubers need all the help we can get. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. I'm probably going to have to rework a good portion of this back here, but that is not a problem. Gets us mostly where we want to be, right?